Lisa Roberts asks, what are some natural methods to get rid of bladder polyps and chest polyps? Polyps, first of all, are little growths that can occur in many, many different places. They can occur in the vocal cords, they can occur in the nose, in the sinus cavities, they can occur in the colon, in the bladder. And what they are is just areas that grow in response to having to deal with an unnatural or toxic situation on a chronic basis. It's one of the forms that it manifests chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation occurs when there is a chronic stimulus that is telling the body that it needs to be healed. There needs to be a healing going on here. And so things form, either calluses or thickened tissue of some sort, or a polyp. In any case, these things can be the precursors to malignancies. They can transform into that. And so you want to take care of them. But taking care of them, we must remember that if we're having this kind of situation going on in any part of the body, it's also going on in every part of the body. If someone has a heart attack because their coronary arteries have a blockage in them, it doesn't mean that those are the only arteries that have blockage. It means they're at risk for stroke. They're at risk for a renal infarction, a kidney problem, same kind of a problem. It means that the blood vessels throughout the whole body are experiencing this or having this kind of issue. And it's the same with polyps. The polyps may be occurring in one place, but they may be in other places that we're unaware of, and there may be other situations, other processes that the body goes through when it's chronically inflamed. Because it's never a local situation. We have to understand that conditions that develop in the body are rarely local. The only time they're really local is when we have local trauma. You know, heat, we burn something or we hit it, or even smoking, which is causing local trauma to the bronchial tubes and to the lungs, is still being absorbed, and there's a systemic situation from it, a systemic complication. So with that in mind, then the first thing we need to do clearly is to cleanse the body, number one, of all the toxins possible, and number two, specifically in those areas, stop doing whatever it is. Now, with bladder polyps, they're more common in men. We find them related to cigarette smokes and any other chronically ingested substance that's going to sit in the urine and produce this toxic environment in the bladder can result in that. And, so it's really cleansing and doing a thorough cleansing and using healthy substances. There are healthy substances like Lisa mentioned. So there's ways of doing that. And you can go to a naturopathic physician or an enlightened allopathic physician and perhaps get some bladder installations of these kinds of substances, boswellia or curcumin or some other important anti-inflammatory. When there's bladder cancer, you can actually get installations of what's called BCG. BCG is a substance that really just stimulates the immune system in that particular area. So there are ways of dealing with it, but the number one thing is that if they're polyps and whether or not they are malignant or benign, at this point, the whole thing is not gone far enough where it cannot easily be reversed by reversing the process by which they came about. And that involves cleansing, and there's many, many, many places to go to get a good detox. Now, you don't have to necessarily go anywhere. You can do it at your home. And basically, detoxification means stop toxifying or retoxing your body, and you go on a water fast and or a green juice fast, and you eat less frequently, you get your colon cleaned, you go to bed early, you do your exercises, you do prayer and meditation, you do those sorts of things, and the body will heal. That's what the body does. It was hardwired to heal. When we're not feeding it or doing anything to it, it's busy cleaning and healing. That's what it does. So usually the best thing we can do for ourselves is to get out of the way. Once we get out of the way, the body it knows what to do. It's got the wisdom of the universe.